Hey true believers, welcome to my channel Mr. Miracle Comics. My name is Dave and this is a contest entry slash support video for JP Budget Collects contest that he's running on his channel. So Jason over at JP Budget Collects asked us to do a video that showed two things. Either the comic book that got you into collecting or one of your favorite stories. So I picked one of my favorite stories as my first book. And that is probably the most complicated story that Marvel ever put out in the 70s, and that is Giant Size Avengers #2, the Celestial Madonna story. So the Celestial Madonna story starts in Avengers 129, but it really gets going here in Giant Size Avengers #2. This book is from 1977, I believe. And in this book, Rama-Tut, he was defeated by the Fantastic Four in the Fantastic Four 19. He was sent back in time to his own time in the 31st century by Reed Richards. He gets tired of being a conqueror in the 31st century, and he goes back in time to a little ways later, back to ancient Egypt, where he decides to become a benevolent ruler and rules the people fairly. He realizes that there's an event that's going to happen from his future self, so he puts himself in suspended animation in order to sleep and go forward in time to this point when he wakes up, in order to stop Kang the Conqueror, who is his past future self, from going back in time and getting the power of the Celestial Madonna. Exactly. But it actually plays out quite well here in the story. And it is a fun story, and if you're a good comic book reader, it is definitely one of those stories that goes on. The Celestial Madonna saga continues on through several issues of the Avengers, Giant Size Avenger #3 as well, where Mantis is considered the Celestial Madonna, and she is supposed to give birth to the most perfect being in the universe. And if you can get her power, you become an all-powerful being and stuff. And so, of course, Kang the Conqueror wants to do this, but Kang is trying to stop himself because Rama-Tut is Kang. Kang is Rama-Tut. They're just two incarnations of the same person in different aspects of time. And there are several incarnations of Kang throughout time and several incarnations of Rama-Tut throughout time, but they are the same person. And it is, like I said, it is a complicated story, but it's very, very well written. And by the time you get to the end of the Celestial Madonna saga, everything starts to tie together, and it becomes very, very well done. Like, the ending, it's like, it's great. So my pick is the Celestial Madonna story, the Avengers, and in particularly Giant Size Avengers #2. Now, he also wanted us to pick a new book. I don't do a lot of new books or follow them, but I do go to the flea market, and there at the flea market there's a gentleman, and he puts together little packs of books that you can buy. And so for $5 I picked up a series that was called Starlight. Okay, so there's 6 books in this limited series. The Starlight books here. There. Right, so there. That was the variant cover, regular cover. Right, the other issues are in here. So I picked this up and read it. What an amazing story! How Mark Millar and Gordon Parlov, they knocked it out of the park with this book. It is a story of like one of those pulp heroes from the 30s, like a Flash Gordon, Buck Rogers sort of character, who goes to another galaxy, ends up, saving all of that galaxy, defeating the big bad guy. And then, of course, when that's all done, the aliens drop him back off on Earth, and nobody believes him. They all think he's a crazy person, of course. So while he's getting older and older and nobody's believing him, all of a sudden, the spaceship comes down and says, oh, we need you again. We need your help, this great hero. And they pluck him off, and off he goes on an adventure to stop, another, galaxy-threatening event from happening. Of course, now he's quite old. He's in his 70s. He's not the young man, Flash Gordon, that he was before. And it goes through all these adventures, and it's quite humorous at times because he's always, oh, I'm so old, right, and stuff like this. But it's quite well written. The action in it is very well done. The art style in it is very well done. So I would highly recommend picking up Starlight. And I really, really enjoyed it. So it's from 2014, but it's a new book to me for sure, right? I just recently picked this up and read it, and highly recommend it. Very fun book, very well done. Anyways, Jason, that's my two picks for your contest entry. I hope that's okay with you. This has been Mr. Miracle Comics. My name is Dave. If you haven't gone to JP Budget Collecting's channel, do it. He has some great insights into comic books. Well worth subscribing to his channel. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to each other's channels. Let's all sub each other up here. Awesome. All right. Mr. Miracle Comics out.